So guys, some of you might say that the demolition job Liverpool just performed at Old Trafford is nothing special. After all, we've been having terrific results at the Theatre of Dreams in the last few years. But let's be honest, we'll never get bored of dominating Manchester United at their home ground. It just has a different taste, and for that, we're deciding to bring you another video about the game. See, in our post-game analysis, we focus on Arne Slot's out-of-possession plan, where he encouraged his first line of press to be conservative while setting traps deeper into midfield, where we won most of our challenges, eventually leading us to capitalise on our opponent's errors and score goals. But today we're going to discuss how the Reds played with the ball and how we easily sliced through United's supposedly improved pressing structure. So if you want to learn how Arne Slot outplayed Erik ten Hag in possession, hit that like and subscribe button and let us jump straight into our analysis. So since the start of the season, we all heard about how Manchester United have shown signs of progress under Ten Hag this campaign, specifically about their out-of-possession approach. See, last campaign, the Red Devils had no compactness whatsoever to their structure. Remember that season when Klopp relied on the likes of Henderson, Fabinho and Milner in the midfield despite their age affecting their performances? We were overrun in midfield and vulnerable to transitions. That's exactly what happened to Erik ten Hag's side last season, but it was more structural rather than a personal issue. Now, another problem they had was how ineffective their high press was, as sides found it easy to play through their lines and progress the ball higher up the pitch. So to be completely honest, hearing all that noise about how Manchester United have solved their compactness issues got us a little bit worried. But after watching the game twice, and after hearing Arne Slot post-game analysis, we realised that the Dutchman came in fully prepared to dismantle this presumable improving pressing that United had. So first, let us start with Arne Slot's comments after the game so that we understand how he prepared his game plan for the match. The Dutchman explained that United's pressing was tweaked compared to last season. Instead of the number 7 and 11 or the wingers making the jump alongside the number 9, this season the number 9 and 10 became the initial pressing line in a 4-4-2 shape. As you can see here, that is exactly the shape used by Manchester United in their loss against Brighton, with Bruno Fernandes, who played as a false 9, and Mason Mount forming the initial line of press in front of the midfield 4. Slot also stated that he sees United players working harder in the middle of the park once their initial line of pressing was bypassed, hence that said improvement in their compactness. So with Slot having these thoughts in mind going into the game, let us explore the approach he used to play through United's block. This video is sponsored by Surfshark. In today's age, staying safe online is more challenging than ever. Hackers are constantly lurking, ready to exploit your personal information. But there is a solution: Surfshark. With Surfshark, you can change up your IP address, making it nearly impossible for anyone to track your online activities. It's like putting on an invisibility cloak for your digital life. Your privacy is secure, your data is encrypted, and your online identity is protected. Not only that, but you can also browse the internet from different countries, which, if you're in the United Kingdom, like myself, the 3 PM football blackouts can be a huge problem. Using Surfshark, simply set your location to somewhere outside of the UK, like Australia for example, and watch the 3 PM kickoffs via Optus, or you can head over to the US and watch it on NBC. Using our link, which is down in the description, you can get 4 months completely free by using our coupon code PANENKA at checkout. What are you waiting for? Try Surfshark today. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. The Reds' first settled build-up phase only came in at the 3rd minute after a strong start from Manchester United. Here we used a hybrid between a 4-2 and a 3-2 build-up shape, with Trent Alexander-Arnold having the freedom to either push high into the right half space or drop back to form the back 4 line. Now keep this in mind because Trent's movement was key to destabilise United's shape. United on the other hand tweaked their out-of-possession shape, starting the game with a 4-2-4 shape to match Liverpool's back 4. Both Bruno and Xerxes covered the central areas, while shadow marking our double pivot and making the jumps onto our centre-backs, while their wingers, Rashford and Garnacho, were tasked by marking our fullbacks. United's double pivot also pushed high to make the jumps on our central midfielders, while shadow covering Szoboszlai and Jota, who occupied the central spaces. With Virgil van Dijk putting his studs on the ball and inviting Manchester United's press, Joshua Zirkzee swallowed the bait as he made the jump onto our captain. Now notice Szoboszlai's unusual positioning deep on the left wing here. With Zirkzee pushing high, this left Bruno alone between our double pivot and freeing up space on the right hand side. Trent, who also peeled himself off Rashford, pushed wide on the right, creating another passing lane. Gravenberch also split the pivot and got away from Bruno to receive the pass from Konate. The Dutchman was also sensational during the game. He passed the ball to Trent, who came in wide before he passed it back to Konate. Now one might wonder why all this fuss just to pass the ball back to Konate. Well, let us explain. The sequence here of Van Dijk baiting the press and Konate, Grav and Trent exchanging the ball was all the process of creating an artificial transition. The name might sound complicated, but it's really simple in reality. See, artificial transitions are the way teams manipulate the space and the opposition's block to create transitional situations when having possession off the ball rather than without. And this right here is what Liverpool did. So let us go back to what happened after Konate received the ball. Notice here how disjointed United's lines are and how far to the right hand side the whole block was. This is where Szoboszlai's unusual placement on the left wing comes into play. You can also observe the distance between the Hungarian and Casemiro due to how much space was created after our players manipulated their block. Here United players tried to stabilise their block and shift it to the right hand side, but it was too late with Van Dijk upping the tempo and passing it to Szoboszlai, who in turn laid the ball into McAllister and central zones with a single touch. Now with Szoboszlai occupying the left hand side, where does that leave Luis Diaz? Well, simple. The Colombian simply rotated his possession, with Szoboszlai acting more as a left-sided number 10 to receive the ball from McAllister. The sequence ended up with the ball switched to Salah on the right hand side, however Lisandro Martinez ended up clearing the ball away. So now to mix this all together, Van Dijk baiting the press to create a free player in Gravenberch, players interchanging the ball on the right hand side, and attracting United's block, switching the play back to Van Dijk to find Szoboszlai on the left. This is how Liverpool completely dismantled United's press with just the first build-up phase that we had in the game. But it didn't end there. Remember that Trent disallowed goal 6 minutes into the game? Well, it also had a very similar pattern to the first sequence we described. Van Dijk to Konate, Konate to Trent, Trent to Grav, and then back once again back to Van Dijk, who took 2 extra touches to bait Bruno's press before shattering United's lines with a pass to Gravenberch. From there, we all saw how Gravenberch carried the ball forward and delayed his pass to Diaz, who provided the assist for Trent. Unfortunately, Salah had a touch that deemed the goal offside. These two sequences show exactly how Arne Slot's game plan of inviting United's press, manipulate and then take advantage of the spaces created was working perfectly in just the opening 5 minutes. Now we would love to go on and explore every single build-up sequence the Reds had during the game, but that will make the video at least 3 hours long, and honestly, it wouldn't be healthy for us to rewatch the game for a third time. So let us get you some stats that proves how successful Arne Slot's plan was. Take a look at our passing network here, and you can notice the heavy volume of passes between all of Alisson, Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson and McAllister. In fact, the top 4 pass combinations of the game were between these players. It's also worth mentioning that the Reds had 16 sequences of play that had 10 or more passes, highlighting how the Reds circulated the ball in their own third to draw United's block and manipulate it. And the stat to prove it all is Liverpool 84.6% build-up completion and 40 final third entries. It's simple, Arne Slot's plan with the ball left no chance for Manchester United to survive. Guys, Arne Slot's impact is already evident throughout the opening 3 Premier League games, and with the Reds completing a demolition job at Old Trafford, there are no talks that Slot cannot do it against the country's top sides. This ability to bait the press, control the tempo from slowly circulating the ball to quickly progressing it through the phases, and overwhelming the opponents with quick artificial transitions are all a result of the hard work everyone is involved in at the club. So if you want us to post another video explaining the changes the side have seen compared to last season and how Slot's flexibility is causing other Premier League managers to tremble, then let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and we'll gladly answer. That's it for today's video guys. As always, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool deep dives. Don't forget to check out our channel sponsors, Surfshark, Link is down there in the description, and don't forget to use code PENENKA at checkout. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.